Oh no. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
Started off with a moan. A
Nailed
moan
it.
is crazy intro.
Damn.
That was wild. And I apologize. Welcome to December Wikimaniacs. We're fucking tired,
We're
dude.
fucking.
We're fucking over here, dude. Welcome to Reddit on Wiki. It started, it finished, it came. Thank you guys for joining the show. Welcome to another episode of Monday Reading. It's your boy Sean. Coming with me today is J and J. Say hello.
Hello. I'm smaller.
Oh,
God, what is John's doing?
humping the camera, I think.
You know what? That's lore accurate.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways, before we get into that, we do have an announcement that contradicts the end of our last episode, but we are extending the live store for another week. So Reddit on wikishop.com, Reddit on wikishop.com. There was a week kind of in the middle of the month where for about a week, people couldn't order off the store. So we said, fuck it. Let's just extend the sale for another week here, and then we'll get back and add the December merch. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and add the December merch on top of it, so it's all a part of this as well. But we'll probably track the sales of that merch. That way we can donate for the December collection.
Yeah.
Everything else will be, straight to us. But the December merch, as always, will be going to a charity of the patron's choice. So we'll be tracking those. But yeah, if you're on the shop right now, I didn't fuck up this time. All that stuff is still supposed to be there.
This was planned.
This was planned. So don't yell at me on the Discord. This was planned. So yeah.
Speaking of the charity, so what we'll do is I'll post a poll on Patreon, kind of like what we did earlier or middle of this year, where we'll put a charity of your choice, and whatever's the top 3 most liked or most voted, that's what we're gonna do for the next consecutive months. If you see one already that's there and you were suggesting it, just put an emotion or emote or an icon there or something, so that way it's not like a same thing over and over again. And then from there we'll pick the most 3 upvoted, and that's what we're gonna donate to charity for half of the profits of the merch.
And then my only announcement is that the live show is definitely up now. So go check out patreon.com to purchase the live show. If you weren't able to attend, then that's a way to watch the almost 3 hours, was it? Live show?
It was 3 hours.
I think it was, we started 15 minutes late.
Oh, yeah. 2.5.
So like 2 and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Really.
The meet and greet was like 2 hours.
It was almost as
That's
long as the show.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't record that for privacy reasons.
No, we did not record that.
For sure.
But yeah, so if you want to watch the live show, go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. You do not have to be a patron member to purchase the show.
Look, we could tell you what's on there too to entice you to buy it.
Sure.
We got 9 different stories. We got smut readings. We got shots and thoughts. We got court. We got does this guy fuck? It's all of the greatest hits at the live show.
Yeah.
And you'll hear a lot of other Wikimaniacs partaking in the show.
Maybe.
Kind of like it's.
I don't know how much picked up.
Yeah, I don't know how much pickup it is. But yeah, it's it was a great time. Still kind of processing all of it, but yeah, it was a great show. I hope you guys enjoy.
Still recovering, like physically from
Very tired for sure. My neck is in an immense pain.
Yeah,
but that just might be my old age.
That's what it is.
Yeah, well, don't agree.
We'll get comfier beds for you next time, Sean.
Thank you. Orthopedic, mate. Right. This is my episode. I'm hosting.
That is definitely your episode. We were just waiting.
This is crazy. I was like, say something, guys.
We're waiting on you to say something.
All right. First episode.
It was all yellow. If you know, you know.
Quit spoiling my Patreon stories, guys.
Yeah, if you know, you know. All right. This first one is coming from r/marriage, cross-posted by Writing Giraffe. Titled, Husband's Mad at Me for being involved in a 16-car pileup.
Did you cause
Were
the
you the
16
lead?
car pile? Was it you that fucked it up?
If you're number, 8 or 9, I'll give you a pass because, I'm sure it was immediate and you didn't have time to react. But if you're number 1 or 2 and caused the accident, then maybe. But we'll see, I guess.
We'll see. OP writes, I am pregnant, 9 weeks. I'm a mom of 1, a nurse working night shift. I knew the roads were going to be icy, so I took my time. I took a longer way home where I thought the roads would have most likely been treated. Turns out they didn't treat any of the roads that night.
It sounds like Dallas. That happened here recently.
Oh, really?
Black ice.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear black ice, I think of the Key and Peele skit. Maybe black ice is being tired for the crimes of white snow. You ever think? Why is it always black eyes? All right. I ended up being involved in a 16-car pileup minus the cars that were able to drive away. When I called my husband after I finally came to a stop that was safer than where the rest of the pileup was occurring, he was furious. He asked me why I didn't think about our newborn.
What?
He told me, or unborn, not newborn. I'm sorry, I can't read.
That's fair. I understood what you meant, but still, it's crazy.
But
to be
still.
like, if she wasn't pregnant, you'd be fine with this.
Yeah. Like what you said, like if you're not 1 or 2, kind of not really your fault. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but even then, like, it can be just accidents happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yeah, it could be black ice where you slide on it or something like that.
Yeah,
even
the
going-
title, I did skip out of the title just for spoiler reasons, but yeah, it says due to black ice.
Okay, fair enough.
He told me over and over again that I let him down and that I disappointed him.
What the fuck?
I ended up in the ER with subchronic
Nailed it.
That's a weird spelling. I don't hematoma.
Too many medical terms today.
I know, a lot going on. But the baby is okay, thankfully. I am on pelvic rest right now. I had an emergency OB appointment due to the situation. I asked him if he'd drive me since I no longer have a car and I'm having trouble walking due to the pain. I ended up driving myself to the appointment.
Hey, yo.
What the fuck?
I'm still in my scrubs from last night and I haven't slept yet. But I'm still kicking. My boyfriend told me he's starting to sound narcissistic and told me, I think this is a typo because otherwise I don't know what the friend is trying to tell him. I'll read it as is and then I'll reinterpret it. My best friend told me he's starting to sound narcissistic and told me that I should not be afraid of my husband. I think she meant should be.
Oh,
Right.
I want to say, yeah.
Got it.
Should be scared.
Right. I think this is this explains the 12-hour shift and then car crash and still not sleeping yet. And then writing a Reddit post, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you also said boyfriend the first time, and I was like, boyfriend, and then you corrected,
Really?
you corrected to best friend
It's like,
the
is
second time, and I was
is
like,
he like self-admitting that the boyfriend is narcissistic?
I also haven't slept.
no,
since the
that's
live
fair. Yeah, we're all trying to keep up with each other.
show. Yeah. So my best friend told me that my husband is starting to sound narcissistic and told me that I should be afraid of him.
I thought it was like my boyfriend, and I was like, ooh, this throws a wrench in things.
Ooh.
Like, damn, you got a side or
All
what?
right, maybe you do let him down.
This last sentence did make me reread the post to make sure I wasn't cheating since it is a Monday Reddit reading. But the last sentence is, am I overreacting by feeling really down about this? But again, this is from r/marriage. I did not cheat.
Yeah, no, it's
You're absolved.
yeah. I think you're underreacting to this. That's crazy thing to say to your partner who's just in an accident when they need comfort and your support. You're just like, you're always doing this to me. You're what do you say? It's like,
You're never thinking.
yeah, you're never thinking, like just putting them down when they're, at their lowest point.
They almost died and you're angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're misplacing the blame. The blame should be sometimes you can't predict the weather, of course, that shit happens, but it's also the lack of preparation from the city for not prepping the roads. Maybe it's a smaller city, it's a little underfunded, and they don't have that much resource for it. But still, sometimes you can't beat the elements, and the first thing that you should have done is like, dude, are you okay? Like, to your girlfriend, hey, are you or your wife, are you okay? Like, is there anything that I could do to help you out? You knew that she just came out of her shift. You knew that she just was in the emergency room. And then you still don't take her to her appointment knowing she doesn't have her car anymore?
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting behavior, bro.
Yeah, because I'm not like, I don't forgive this because I think it's abhorrent. The first part where he's just like ragging on her on the phone call. But even then, like you said, didn't take her to the appointment, which was later, like the next day or something like that. It's like you've had a full day to quote unquote calm down, even though I don't think you should be upset at her. And you still don't take her. Like you're still so fired up about this that you're.
Sounds like it was later that day because she worked the night shift, so this
Either
happened
way.
early in the morning.
Yeah,
and then like she was like, "I need to go to the doctor. Can you drive me?" And he's like, "No." And then I guess she took his car,
which
she drove herself, which is fucking insane.
That's crazy to me. Yeah, because it's like you've had time to quote unquote cool off. Again, not that you should be upset at her for being in.
Yeah, if anything, bending over backwards to make sure that she's good.
Yeah, caring about your partner. You know what I mean? So that's fucking insane.
Next story. Let's see if it gets any better, guys. This one's coming from r/relationship ground score advice, coming cross-posted by Plenty, ground score fix, ground score 8793.
My 9-week pregnant wife won't talk to me.
She won't shut the fuck up. This one is titled, "How can my husband, 61 male, and I, 60 female," might be the oldest OP I've ever written, help our son, 32 male, move past his high school girlfriend?
Oh.
Did they recently break up? Or it happened 16 years ago when they were still in high school?
I see what you're saying. So you're saying like they dated for 12 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just broke up or something like that, or 14 years, however long it would be. I could see being like, okay, it's fair that he's like taking some time to get over this breakup because that is a long time.
It's like we dated back in 10th grade and I'm still not over her.
Yeah, but if we dated 14 years ago and broke up 14 years ago,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, motherfucker, get over it.
Maybe get some help. Something.
Yeah.
OP writes, "My husband and I are at our wits' end with our son's inability to get over his high school girlfriend. They broke up in 2011. Yes, you read that right. It has been that long since
14 years ago.
It's been that long since he's even seen this girl.
Oh my God.
After having dated for about 2 years. At the time, I did fully empathize with him. He had moved away for college while she stayed behind, and they made efforts to see each other and talked frequently, but as I understand it, she began a relationship with someone else while she was still in one with my son."
Okay, I mean, that sucks, but
Yeah. "She at least had the decency to end things with my son in person and did admit that she was wrong for not having broken up with him before taking up a relationship with a new boyfriend. Nonetheless, my son was devastated by this, and we supported him as best as we could at the time. I think he might have moved on in time were it not for the fact that his ex-girlfriend then almost immediately married that young man. I believe he was in the military, hence the young marriage. This fact sent my son into a spiral that has continued in some form or another over the last 14 years.
Damn. Dude,
Tough.
your obsession over this has been almost the age you were when
When it happened. Yeah.
crazy.
Back then, I thought that the marriage was unlikely to last long and that when it ended, he'd feel some kind of vindication and drop this. But our son checks her social media frequently, though we strongly advise him against doing that, and says that they are still married and have children. My son has had a few girlfriends in the past 14 years, but none of them have lasted long. Even during the times he has been attached, he still continues to talk about how wronged he was. We see him very frequently, and while his ex is not our only topic of discussion, she does come up in some way almost every time we see him.
That's wild.
Every time?
That's wild.
Every time. He's 32.
We probably know more about her life now than we did while they were still dating. We have allowed him to vent, but did eventually start to set boundaries around abusive behavior. For a time, he favored a few words to describe her, beginning with S and W mainly, that we didn't care for. And to his credit, he has stopped that, but for all I know, he's only stopped saying them around us. In general, we employ the tactic of nod and agree and then change the subject. But it's almost like he cannot resist an opportunity to bring her up. This past weekend, things came to a head when our son made an offhand comment about his ex. My husband responded by shouting at our son to get over it already, that we were sick of hearing about a girl he dated more than a decade ago, and that he needed to stop all mention of her around us. I asked my husband to go in the other room and take a breather. When he did, I suggested to my son that if he cannot truly move past this, that we should seek some form of therapy or other kind of intervention.
Should have been done 14 years ago, not gonna lie.
Or, yeah, so long ago.
He immediately responded by getting up and leaving, and he has not responded to any of my texts or calls since then. I do wish my husband had not shouted at him, but I am right there with him. This has gone on way too long, and we have enabled this behavior. I've even wondered if he'd still be bringing her up if we had put our foot down about this way before. Anytime we have pushed back in any way or challenged any assertion that he made about his ex / about their relationship, he has become very upset. So we have just defaulted to the quote, just let him vent. I do not think he has done anything more than stalk her social media, but I feel this has long been unhealthy and may require an intervention of some kind. I'm hoping he comes around in the next few days, but I am unsure how to broach this topic again without further upsetting him.
I don't think you should feel scared to upset him, because I think he needs to be upset, because he's, this is well past unhealthy. This is obsession and
It is.
stalking. And listen, the end of the breakup sucks. Like him being cheated on, that's awful. That's terrible. But if you can't move on within, a reasonable amount of time and be healthy and happy in your own life, that's when you gotta get therapy and figure out, some sort of coping mechanism, or figure out ways to get over this, because this is unhealthy. You are just depriving yourself of a happy life by obsessing with your ex.
Part of me, well, I'm not a therapist, so take everything that I'm going to say with a grain of salt. But for me, it's not necessarily the act of obsession of the girlfriend. I think it's the idea of him being broken up like that, being cheated on, is what is fueling his anger and his animosity throughout the world. That's why he can't have any healthy relationships, and he can't continue, or he just can't have anything healthy, because it's like the back of his mind, like, oh, I got cheated on, therefore every woman is gonna fucking do me dirty for like the rest of my life. Which is, to Josh's point, this is something that should have been done and let go with a professional therapist who can help you with those things and say, like, all right, this is not a healthy way to do it. You should have better outlooks, and here are some ways that you can be a more productive member of society. Maybe you can find another person, and maybe we can help you out with what you were dealing with in the past. It does suck having to, do that, but it's also shouldn't be on your parents' responsibility. You being 30 some years old, you also should have like had some ways of like, okay, self-reflection of saying, oh fuck, I do need help. So
Yeah.
you got to be able to help yourself first before, you can kind of move on.
Yeah, because it's hard as the parents, because they only have, like, he's an adult now, well into his adulthood. It's like, yeah, I guess when he was younger, early 20s, you could have guided him towards therapy harder, because, you're still, early 20s, you're still basically your parents' responsibility still.
Brain's still developing, you're still trying to learn life experiences. So that part, understandable.
You're still in college, so you're living at home with your parents for the summers or whatever, like that kind of thing. So, but it's like now, intervention, I guess, is probably the way to go to talk to him and get people to be aware. I almost feel you should reach out to her just so she knows.
Like OP or
the ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, because I feel like she's just out there living life not knowing any of this is happening.
Yeah.
I feel like she should be aware. I don't know if that's your place, but I might think about that.
For like safety purposes, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with.
Because it does sound very obsessive.
I mean, she said stalking multiple times.
Yeah.
And it is just Instagram for now.
That they know of.
That's like a, this is like a starting point. Like we take like online or social media stalking like just so kind of lightly that can progress to something bigger.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure. It's
And
the
at least
first step.
it gives her the control to block him
Yes.
on things and private her accounts and stuff like that if she feels like she needs to do that.
So reading some of these top comments, they bring up a similar thing,
Whoa.
which is why we read them. Ground score A through Q writes, I'm actually more so worried about the ex-girlfriend. Your son's obsession has really turned into anger if he's calling her derogatory names like that and creepily stalking her social media posts. He is unstable and borderline dangerous at this point.
Yeah.
Please reach out to her and have her make her profile private and let her know what's going on with your son in case he ever tries to show up. Because if your son is refusing to get help, it's the least that you could do. To which OP wrote back and said, I did attempt to do this once on Facebook about 6 years ago, but discovered that she had blocked me. I have no other social media unless email accounts, and I don't have her email address. I don't know whether she has my son blocked, but my assumption is that if I'm blocked, so must he. And he's found a way around that somehow, which is even a bigger alarm. I feel
Yep.
like.
Okay, yeah, there's danger involved in this now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, if I just casually go on there, still bad. But if you've like been blocked and you're like, gotta find some other
Finding
fucking
different
ways to
ways.
fucking,
Yeah.
then we're tough. We're in a bad spot
Yeah.
here, I think.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like, how much more out of your way do you go to warn this person? Because it's like, at what point does it become you're stalking them to warn them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get maybe the police, or you find the husband's account and message to the husband's account. I don't know.
Maybe, but then that.
I don't know. It gets in a weird spot.
Probably just have that sit down with the kid. Just be like, dude, you're fucking 30. I'm going to give it to you straight. If you don't stop this fucking behavior and it's starting to get really scary, I'm about to report your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that might be the way.
Scare him to the point that it's just like, dude, either get help or we'll find help for you.
Yeah.
Also, another comment here that kind of repeats what John said. Always mid-score so, mid-score exhausted, writes, I'm sure that the obsessive hatred over his high school ex has not endeared him to any of the women he's seen since then. No surprise that none of the relationships have lasted, which probably further reinforces his already negative view of women. So it's just...
Could you imagine, like, you're dating this guy, you come home, oh, hey, honey, how was your day? I was stalking my ex earlier. Can you believe she has another kid? Jesus Christ.
I love you so much. Unlike my high school ex, you would never do anything like cheat on me.
Right?
Cheat on me. Right, babe? That fucking... Oh, God, she sucks.
I miss her
Jesus.
so much.
Why doesn't she want me, man?
We're joking about it, but it is concerning.
No, yeah. He needs help, and the ex needs to know of... I mean, but it sounds like maybe the ex knows at least a little bit.
I mean, I mean, that's a pretty good assumption that the mom is blocked. That, of course, the person that they probably had a relationship with was also blocked
Blocked as well, yeah.
But yeah, she may not know that he found a
We don't know.
workaround somehow.
Yeah.
All right, this next story is coming from r/AskMenAdvice.
Okay.
I'm here. One I'm finally qualified for.
Cross-posted by Phoebe the Fan. And it is titled, My stepdaughter broke down in tears last night because I didn't celebrate her birthday the way I celebrated my daughter's.
Asshole.
Yeah, it does say, was I wrong?
Yes.
But again, I'm not breaking the rules. It's on r/AskMenAdvice.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm going to say probably wrong. Feels like you're differing one of your kids.
Treating them differently, yeah. Sean was just trying to find loopholes, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know.
This
You
doesn't
give him-
happen often.
You give him a crumb and he takes the whole cookie.
All right. OP writes, so I've been married to my wife for about 4 years. She has a daughter, 14 female, from her previous marriage. Her ex-husband sadly passed away years ago. I also have my own daughter, 15 female, from my previous marriage. When my wife and I got serious, she moved in with her daughter. We all had a very honest talk. Her daughter made it clear that she preferred that I just be her mom's partner and not be her stepdad. She loved and missed her dad deeply and didn't want any other kind of replacement father figure. I said that was totally fine, and I have always respected that boundary. She was pretty cold to me at first, but gradually warmed up. I gave her space, I treated her kindly, and I didn't push any dad role on her. My own daughter and I have a very close father and daughter bond. She's the one who told me immediately when she saw that that her mom was cheating with another man, which led to our divorce. And she's always been emotionally connected to me. Father's Day means a lot to her. Birthdays mean a lot to both of us. And honestly, I go all out for her on those occasions. Sometimes I break the bank. Sometimes it's just thoughtful stuff, but it is always meaningful. The reason I bring this up is because yesterday was my stepdaughter's birthday. I celebrated pretty normally. Cake, presents, dinner, the usual stuff. Nothing fancy because, again, she always made it clear she didn't want me acting like her dad. But by the end of the day, she broke down in tears pretty badly and just went up to her room. I was sort of shocked, and I asked my wife about what happened. She said it's because of the way that I celebrate my daughter's birthday and how I go all out for her, and how her daughter's birthday, I barely seem to care in comparison. I'm honestly confused. I've respected her boundary for years. She said she didn't want a father-type relationship with me, and I have respected that. My daughter and I have a different bond built over her whole life, especially through some painful stuff. I didn't think that it was appropriate to try to force that dynamic onto my stepdaughter when she explicitly told me she didn't want one. And also, I don't really have any emotional connection to my stepdaughter.
You don't?
That's kind of, there's a few things in here that I'm like, weird.
Yeah, okay. I mean, listen, when she told you that she was 14, you were just coming into her life. I imagine that's
10 years old, probably, when this talk happened.
Yeah, I imagine that's changed as she's lived with you and you become, just inherently more of a parental figure.
Parental figure, yeah.
And the way the wife said that you don't seem to care at her birthdays
concerning
makes me seem like you're downplaying how much you don't do, maybe. I don't know. It's maybe this is something where you sit down with her and maybe have a discussion and just, honest discussion and be like, where do we stand kind of thing. It also sounds like she's maybe missing that father figure role in her life, maybe now that she's realizing it at 14. And that's hurting because she doesn't have, her own father's past, and she's probably going through some stuff there. So therapy for herself might be a good idea. So I don't know. There were a couple things in there which is like,
what do you mean?
You're in the wrong, but I don't know how much, you know what I mean? I don't know how malicious you're being rather than trying to meet what she asked you to, and then just maybe missing signs that she wants you to be more now.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any malicious intent. I'm more going on the naive side of it. I'll start with this. I applaud you for having that type of relationship with your daughter. It seemed like you're her world and vice versa. And that's good that you guys bond in that specific way. It seems like you're a good father to your daughter, which for that, I give you credit. However, you are now and this is someone who doesn't completely understand the situation. So if anyone's ever been in this dynamic, please feel free to call me out on it. But this is going to be like a situation where it's like a blended family now. Yes, she did have a conversation with you when she was 10 years old. Granted, you are fairly new to, her life. She just experienced a loss of a father. At 10 years old, I'm not trying to infantilize her or anything, but I don't think they fully understand the gravity of that situation of losing someone permanently like that. Again, not toning down or not pointing down that she might not understand, but there might be a possibility. I think that you being the adult in this situation, she's 14 years old. there's so much things that can go on mentally from the time that she was 10 to the time that she was 14. You have to be the adult. You have to be the parent in this scenario. Sit her down like what Josh is suggesting and say like, hey, you see that this is how I celebrate my daughter. Is there a way that we can reevaluate like our relationship? Like, how would you like me to step in a little bit more? Like, how do you want us to proceed moving forward? Because I plan to be in your life for the foreseeable future. Like I'm going to be not the father that passed away, but I'm going to be here for you when you need it. So I think you need to have that conversation with them. Again, I don't find the malicious side in it, but like there are some parts of it where if your wife is telling you that like it seems like you don't care, there is a lot of self-reflection on you on that part. You might be lacking in some front for me.
Yeah, because I just think like, you know, especially with a blended family, checking in to see where we're at is not a bad thing, you know.
Yeah.
Every once
and
in
who
a
your
while.
kid was and who your kid was at 10 years old is a completely different person who they are now at 14.
Yeah, or like their whole life was turned upside down when they were 10.
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah, they're gonna, you know, probably put up some boundaries and some walls to begin with. It's like that's fair, and then it's also fair for them to want more from you as you guys live together and you know, you become more of that parental figure. And I think, yeah, John is right. It could be naive of him not to realize that, you know, the relationship has changed and she's wanted more. Again, I think he's still wrong either way. It just, I don't know if there was malicious intent or if it was just naivety.
And ultimately, he's the adult, right?
Yeah.
He's the one to set the bar and set the example.
The top comments, I think the two top comments are both kind of pretty good. One of them from Signy Cullen 88 writes, he doesn't say how long they've been living together, but given that they've been married for 4 years, I assume that they've lived together at least 4 years. So in the 4 years, he's got zero emotional connection to the child that lives in his house.
Yeah, that last sentence.
That part is weird. Yeah.
Also, did he not talk to the mom at all while they put this birthday party together? Does the mom get no say in how a birthday is handled in this house? I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Which somebody else also said, why doesn't her own mom do more for her kid's birthday? So it's kind of just like, yeah, what is that situation there? Like, because the mom's not really, how come the mom hasn't talked to OP to be like, or vice versa? Why hasn't OP talked to the mom to be like, hey, it's been 4 years. You know, I kind of want to talk to your daughter to see like if our relationship has changed at all. Like, there's just like so much lack of communication, like all up in this house.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there is a lot of missing on that end that we don't know, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, if she's seeing zero emotional attachment from you to your daughter, it's like, why is that not being addressed on her end?
Yeah. Really both ends.
Yeah, I think
it's just like, yeah, that was I made a promise when she was 10. She's now 14. I mean, a lot happens between 10 and 14. Should we all sit down and reevaluate, have another one of these talks?
Yeah.
That we had all together 4 years ago.
And like maybe, like I said, therapy could be a thing as well for her. I think should be probably. It just feels like both the parents are maybe failing in the situation.
Potentially.
Have to reevaluate here.
Yeah, I think therapy or another one of those like family talks, I think.
Family therapy too.
Yeah, family therapy too, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say there might be like family counselors that specializes in like blending families.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing that there are resources like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to end it with one last story before we get into the segment from the amazing Underbaki.
Also cool to meet her in real life.
Yeah, we met her in real life.
Yes.
Shout out Alex.
Shout out Alex.
Hell
We
yeah.
joked around that she's going to open the next live show for us, and she's like, absolutely fucking not.
She said, hell no.
Gonna be a 10-minute true crime, and then we'll go open to our show. I'm excited.
I think it would work.
I think so.
But this one is coming from r/TIFU, not cross-posted, but found by me.
Whoa.
Decorum! Fuck my ass.
Yeah.
All right. This one's titled, Today I Fucked Up by Thinking a Woman Was a Boy and Groping Her Boob.
Don't grow up.
Why are you groping people?
The fuck?
Jail?
Yeah. This is not the day I fucked up. This is the day I committed an assault.
Let's see. OP writes, obligatory. This actually happened a little over a year ago.
No, then you're the asshole right now. Yeah. Let's get the flags.
Pull out the flags. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing we need to add on our merch shop. Proprietary red and green flags. That would be fire. Or at least have that as merch at the show.
Hell yeah.
Or just for free. Just for free at the show. But they've bought the ticket to get in. They should get
Yeah.
flags, I guess.
You get one flag.
That would be a pretty cool collector's item. Each show we print out the date on the
They
flag.
all have Sean's face on them.
Look at Sean, just like money.
No, we would give those away for free at the live show. But
Well,
on the
money
merch
for the
store,
people
it
buying tickets.
yeah, free for the people who bought tickets, for sure. Anyways, Opie writes, obligatory, this happened over a year ago and a throwaway account because I don't want people on my main account to know what I do for a living. So I work for the TSA, and for a few years now, it's been a pretty good job overall. I am underpaid. Oh, also this was posted 5 years ago, not recently.
Oh, I was going to say.
Because right now,
dramatically
You're
different.
not underpaid. You're not
Yeah.
even paid, buddy.
yeah, you're not even paid.
Person
Currently.
doesn't have a job anymore.
I'm underpaid, but the benefits are nice, and I get overtime when I want it. A little over a year ago, during the week leading up to Christmas, we had really bad weather that delayed all of the flights. I volunteered to stay late so that my coworkers could go home to their families. Most of the work was done anyway, so it was mostly just standing around waiting for the odd latecomer. I was working at the AIT, the space tube thingy, when 3 passengers came up. A middle-aged man, a middle-aged woman, and a teenage boy. I figure it's a family traveling together for the holidays and go about my work. Mom goes through, all is good. Dad goes through, all is fine. The kid comes up, I get a good look at him. Hoodie, sweatpants, shortish hair, smooth face. I figure he's probably about 13, maybe 14. I hit the button, direct him to wait for me for a moment, and then gesture to the screen, which lit up on his chest area. I tell him that I have to give him a pat down, and he looks a little nervous. I figure that because he's so young, this is probably the first time he's getting a pat down. But he says okay, and I start the pat down. I do the left side of the chest and feel some moob, which catches me off guard because he doesn't look chubby at all. I then move to the right side, read what's on the hoodie, and it all clicks. The hoodie is the name that has the local college on it. This is an adult, not a child. He's not wearing sweatpants. She is wearing yoga pants. She doesn't even know the couple that just came through. I look at her face, which is bright red, my hand still on her boob, and I pull it back like I had just been bitten by a snake. I immediately call for my supervisor, who comes over, asks what's wrong, and I explain to her. My supervisor covers her mouth, and at first I thought she was absolutely mortified, but then I realized she's trying not to laugh at me. She takes a minute to pull herself together, tells me to go take a break, and finishes screening the passenger herself. Once that was done, I apologize to the passenger. She tells me it's fine, and that it wasn't the first time that she's been mistaken for a boy. And she probably should have said something before I started touching her, but then I leave her alone to go talk to my supervisor just to figure out how exactly fired I am. She tells me to calm down, that it was an honest mistake, and that she has my back if the passenger files an official complaint, but that probably won't happen and I shouldn't be worried. That reassured me a little bit, but I still did grope a woman and ruin Christmas, so I feel like an absolute monster. I swallow my shame, I finish my shift, and then I go to the airport proper to find some food because I just finished a 12-hour shift and there's no way I have energy to cook dinner. That's when I see my hapless victim sitting at her gate, waiting for her flight.
Oh my God.
I went up to her to apologize yet again and saw that the flight had been delayed until morning, and it was about 11 p.m. I apologize again. She says it's fine, and I ask her if she's planning to stay the whole night. She says she has to. All the hotels in the area are booked. I tell her that I'm going to get dinner, and I offer to get her some food as well. After all, I already got to second base. I think it's only fair that I buy her dinner. She agreed.
That part's getting weird to me now. Yeah, say you're sorry and move on.
And
to
move
be
on.
honest. Yeah.
She agrees, and we go to one of the restaurants that is open late, grab some food, and start eating. We start talking, and she said she gets mistaken for a boy a lot, and it's not a big deal. I told her how I had long hair and no beard in college, and at the gym, people would frequently walk into the men's bathroom, see me, and do a double take to make sure that they didn't walk into the ladies' room. She laughed. We ended up talking for a few more hours before I finally told her I had to go home and apologized again for the accidental molestation. She said, all is forgiven if I promise to take her on a real date whenever she gets back. I agreed. She gave me her phone number and I went home and I immediately started texting her. We kept talking until her flight finally left, and when she got back, I picked her up at the airport and a few days later took her on that date that I had promised her. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, shit.
She also has long hair now. Too long didn't read, thought an adult woman was a teenage boy, touched her on the boob. Everything worked out better than anybody could have expected.
I don't know what to take from that story. I felt extremely uncomfortable most of it.
The entire time, yeah.
I gotta say, I don't love the supervisor being like, don't worry, I got your back if that customer complains that you molested her. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I get mistakes happen, but like to be like, yeah, don't worry, we'll fight this. It's like, I mean, he did it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think it's because of it's like a security thing that I don't know. Like, I think there should be better forms of like security as besides a pat down. I think those are not as reliable as it is, but safety wise, like I get it. They were remorseful about it, but I would feel weirded out. Not gonna lie.
I would say probably don't, like what you guys said, probably don't ask to take them out on food.
That's where it, but it
yeah,
worked
that's where
out
I'm
for
like-
their favor.
This
Yeah,
all
it
worked out
out.
in your favor, but this seems to be, the top comment from I Am the Clown King writes, what anime is this? Because it sure feels like this should not happen in this scenario.
Yeah, because like the initial apology, initial embarrassment, calling the supervisor, that's valid. Because if a
Yeah.
passenger was uncomfortable and they decide to file a claim, I think the claim is valid. Because that's,
Yeah, I think kudos on like immediately realizing the mistake and being like, oh, let me get somebody better equipped. Like, you look uncomfortable. I am now uncomfortable after realizing
Yeah.
my mistake. I'm going to get
I
woman
truly
supervisor.
don't think that's how you're supposed to pat someone down. Are you not supposed to use like the side and back of your hands and
You're
not
supposed
just
to use the-
rope?
back. Yeah,
Yeah. So like I just feel like they're doing it wrong either
You
way.
did your job poorly.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Another
The-
top comment
Feels
says,
weird.
so the moral of the story is I'm now dating someone I thought was a young boy when we met. To which somebody replied, you leave Mulan alone. That's a great movie.
dude. Yeah, but
No,
I mean,
Mulan, he was in love with her when he thought she was a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a young boy. And then when he found out that she was Mulan, he was like, what the fuck?
How dare you betray me?
nah, dude. But for real, like the first and second apologies, okay. Seeing them in line and said sorry one more time, fine. But the fact that he was just like, hey, you want to go get dinner? I basically got to second base anyways.
Crazy move.
That's crazy move.
Insane
That part-
move.
That
That's a
part,
no.
if that shit didn't work out, then that is a fireable offense, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
You're begging to be written up. And
You're
have a
begging
fucking
to be written
complaint.
up at that point. You were lucky that shit worked out.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
Wild.
let's get to the segment from the amazing Underbaki. Even when stories don't end happy, we can't advise the actions.
Don't
not
grow
made.
people.
Just
Please.
don't grow
Yeah.
people. Leave them alone afterwards. But anyways, welcome to the amazing Underbaki segment. And this week we have Rate That Date.
That last one,
Ooh.
2.
Should be bad, right? Should be
second
very
base.
bad, but it worked out, which is a shocker. So this first dating story is coming from Jeny on the Cultivate Discord. So a personal story for a Rate That
Ooh.
Date.
Let's go.
The story goes is this. So this is a crazy story, and I still took this day. I don't know what that means. I can't believe that it happened, but I met this guy on Hinge. He was Native American with gorgeous long hair, very, very tall, and had a crazy deep voice. I immediately liked him, and we matched and exchanged voice notes, and we decided to meet up to get to know each other, and we just kind of hung out and talked for the first time. But our first actual date is what this story is going to be about. His father had their shared vehicle for a doctor's appointment. Yes, I know him living with his parents still should have been a red flag, but his father was very disabled and his mother was partially disabled.
Well, I don't know how old either of you are. So
Yes, I don't think
In
it's
this
that
economy, come on now.
crazy. The story I got from him is that he lived with his parents so that he could help take care of them. So I let that slide.
fair enough.
I saw that was very much a green flag that he wanted to care for his disabled parents. So I went to go pick him up and we went to Dairy Queen. He paid for everything and it was great. The first time I went to Dairy Queen, I was an adult, first of all. But
That's crazy.
They did the fucking blizzard thing. And I said, I really thought it was I was like, what are you doing?
Hey,
It's
motherfucker.
gonna fall.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow.
Jesus.
I need to get more of these. These is crazy.
Magic.
Fuck. Now I
Yeah.
want some.
We had a lot of fun and had great conversation. We had a lot of music and animes and movies that we liked in common. And this is the part where John's going to do his best yeah buddy thing, but we went back to his place. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah, buddy.
His parents were out and we did the deed.
Oh,
It was all right.
Did y'all do the upside down Dairy Queen style?
Blizzard style, they like to say.
that's a crazy one. It's a one.
It was all right.
Fine.
It was fine. It's a crazy way to describe that. It wasn't phenomenal and life-changing, but it was okay.
Okay.
I figured it was fine. Well, I gotta say, Jenny, you said it was
I don't
fine.
think it was
a lot
fine.
of times in two sentences.
It was fine. It was fine. It was fine.
Honestly, I thought it was fine. It's
swear it was
fine
all
that
right.
it's fine too. It had been a while for us both, and we could learn together in the future if we continued our relationship.
Fair.
So he asked me to drop him off at his buddy's house. Not a problem. I drove over to his buddy's house, who was waiting for him out front. Red flag, maybe drug deal. Crazy right after sex to be like, hey, can you drive me to my friends? It's weird. Red flag, maybe. Drug deal, maybe. I don't know what's going on there. That was none of my business. But when he did get out of the car, I went to hug him and he gave me a fist pump. Then he got out of the vehicle and went to high five his friend. And I drove home and never heard from him again.
Oh my God.
So rate that date.
I'm not gonna give it a number, but it sounds like it was fine, Jenny. It was
I swear
fine.
Yeah,
It was fine. That fist bump, it was fine.
not phenomenal
It's
or
all right.
life changing, but okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a 2. I
Yeah,
think,
because at
right?
least you got yours, kinda.
Well, it sounds like the date
mean-
was like not too bad up until it was fine.
Fist
sex.
bump, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
but
the
not
fist bump.
life changing sex.
Yeah,
And a ghosting, it sounds like. So I
The
don't know.
ghosting is no good, but
Yeah.
also
Shitty for that. Shitty
dodged
for,
a bullet.
Yeah. Shitty for, fist bumping and high fiving his friend after.
Life's too short to have. It was fine sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out there more, Jenny.
Go
It's
for
fine.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Next story is coming from r/ask Reddit, and it goes like this. I almost fucked up even managing to go on the date by getting super drunk the night before with some friends and sending her a completely unintelligible series of texts that I had no recollection of sending to her.
Oh,
Damn.
man. You're lucky you went on the date still.
I woke up around lunchtime the next day and she had been trying to call me as we were meant to be meeting at 2. I rang her straight back and apologized profusely. She was actually super cool about it and said we'd all been there before, and if I still wanted to meet her, she was on her way into town. Amazing. What a great person even giving me the chance, even though I've been an absolute nightmare. Best behavior today. You'll suffer through the hangover as punishment and make the effort that she deserves. I had a shower, I changed, and necked a couple of ibuprofen for the hangover, then hopped on a bus into town. These were a brand of ibuprofen that I had not taken before, however, and on the bus to town, I started getting quite hot. Probably just the hangover sweats, right? I feel kind of itchy on my chest too, but maybe it's just from drying a bit aggressively while rushing. I get to the bar and I meet her. She says, "Are you okay?"
This fool took Molly. He popped the Molly. He started sweating, bro.
No, he took Tylenol.
This
Which
is
I
what
heard
happens.
causes what? I'm just kidding.
Are you okay? You look a bit red, she asks. Yeah, sorry. Been in a bit of a rush, I reply. My voice scratchier than I remember it being. Less than 10 minutes of the conversation later, my lips and eyelids feel like they've begun swelling up. I go to the toilet to discover that that under my shirt, my entire torso is covered in blotches. Had to cut the date short and run to the pharmacy to buy some antihistamines.
Antihistamine.
Yeah. I had been at the bar for 12 minutes. We had been speaking for about 3 months. I never spoke to her again. Genuinely think my parting words were, I think there's something wrong with me. And I still stand by those words.
Did you not try to reach out afterwards to explain?
Yeah, saying like you were having some sort of a reaction to something.
I mean, they definitely seemed like they were understanding with the fact that they still wanted to meet you up anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the asshole, buddy.
I think that makes you an asshole, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a 1.
You wasted her time and effort coming there.
Yeah. Because I feel like
you could have just told her, no, let's reschedule.
Or like once you were like breaking out at the bar, you could have been like,
Just like,
hey,
can you come with me to fucking the
come
pharmacy
with
or
me?
something?
And then make a date of that. I don't know. Be creative.
I mean, because that is a funny first date story if
Yeah.
y'all end up working out together.
Exactly.
Now you're
But
just
I guess
an
you were
asshole.
just so embarrassed that you just ghosted, which is dumb, I think.
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope she finds better.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
She dodged a bullet, I think. Before we get to this last rate that date, I'm going to do a trigger warning for potential violence and mentions of suicide. So if that doesn't sound great or like a good time, which
Wow.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Those are all so terrible.
Yeah, all very terrible trigger warnings. Feel free to that's the end of this episode. You know what I mean?
Unless you're a patron member.
Unless you're a patron member, then you got one more story coming. But yeah, feel free to skip this section. Thank you. All right. The last story. This one's also coming from r/ask Reddit, and OP writes, he had told me prior to the date that he was a widower. Once I arrived at the restaurant, he told me he was saving me a parking spot by standing in it. I asked him not to, as I think it's a jerk move.
I hate people that fucking do that shit, by the way.
Fuck?
And told him I'd already parked. Who wants to start a date pissing other people off who are trying to park? And yes, he said someone yelled at him while he did it.
What
So
the
he
fuck?
wanted me to make it worthwhile by changing my spot.
Holy shit, this is so awkward.
Dear God. As soon as we were seated, he said, well, let me show you some of my recent vacation pictures. And then he spent like 10 minutes explaining every single vacation photo to me. They were all photos of him alone in the wilderness in various spots with the same dead-eyed stare. Then I mentioned my divorce, and he made this big production of how I must be so frustrated that he hadn't told me how his wife died. I said, no, that's fine for now. Then he says, in case you don't believe me, and shoves his phone in my face.
Jesus.
He was showing me his wife's death certificate.
Oh, come on. Weirdo, dude.
This guy might have killed her.
I think so.
I think so. That's why he went to the wilderness.
Yeah,
bro,
he's
to bury
like-
her body.
He's like, look at these pictures of the wilderness when I went on vacation.
With my dead, cold eyes.
I said, in case I don't believe what? He replies, that it was a suicide. Why would I doubt it? Had there been some questions about his involvement? Why did he have his wife's death certificate ready like that? I changed the subject, realizing there's no way I'd go out with him again, but he seems very intense, so I was wary of upsetting him. He held up a plastic trash bag that was stuffed with plates of food, cake, cobbler pie, said, my neighbor brought me some food, so I thought I'd share it with you. At this point, I know there's no way I'd dare to eat anything that he brought. He doesn't seem stable.
Yeah.
It was awkward to be at a restaurant with a massive trash bag of desserts next to me. As I'm trying to wrap up our Olive Garden date, he started planning our next date. He wanted to cook for me at his place.
Hell
I said,
no.
oh, I wouldn't
prefer
be
Chili's.
Please.
I wouldn't be comfortable going to your house on a second date. I'm sorry. To which he says, unprompted, oh, don't worry about it. If I get too excited, I know to be a gentleman and go in the bathroom and handle it myself so we can get it on with our evening. This man killed his wife.
He definitely did.
The waitress quickly brought our check over, probably because he hadn't said this quietly. I made it to my car, and that was that. Yes, I think he killed his wife.
We all do.
I don't even know. I mean, that's negative 100. I don't know what to say.
Dude, I try my best to not, break the scale and keep it 1 to 5.
Oh,
this
always
is the
break the
worst
scale.
date we've ever had.
It's tough.
If there's a time to break the scale, this is it. This is a negative 1 million. This is a killer.
It's tough when we start off with, a bad one, and then we go to a worse one, and then the worst one, I'm like, I'm already at the bottom of the scale. I don't know where else to go from here.
You would have been a victim, my friend.
This is a Netflix documentary. This is he's a
the man in the
dangerous
woods,
person.
the death certificate texter.
Insane to have that saved to the phone and ready to pull up.
Yeah.
Craziness. This motherfucker did something.
He did something. Jesus Christ. Negative. That's it for the patron. And that's it for this show. Before we end it, though, I do have some Venmos to read.
Ooh.
Before we get into the Venmos, some of the Venmos have need a trigger warning due to some of the graphic nature that is discussed. So trigger warning for stalking and domestic violence. So if that, obviously not a good time, you don't want to hear that. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you. This one is coming from Miranda, who writes, my first Venmo. And honestly, nut allergies are fake.
Tell him, Sean.
You guys are my favorite part of the day. Lastly, if you could share my GF's give a hand, I would appreciate, as she had just finished her chemotherapy.
Let's
so
go.
give a hand is like a GoFundMe sort of.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Maybe for medical purposes.
Yeah. Miranda shared the link and sent 69 cents.
Hell yeah.
But we could put those we could put that link in the show notes for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Next up we got Dev, who writes, one of the poors here. Sorry, Sean. Long time listener, first time reaching out. I listened to one of the Halloween episodes and the stalking stories were rough to hear. No shade to Josh as he gave great trigger warnings.
Oh.
I just thought I was built a little different, so I listened. Turns out I'm not. Recently, my sister has been trying to escape an abusive relationship. Last week, he broke into her apartment, stole a bunch of her belongings, and threw her down a flight of concrete stairs. We were shaken up, and we are trying to relocate her safely. It would mean the world if you could share her GoFundMe, as we're already $15K underwater with legal fees and relocation costs. I'm an ESL teacher, she's a nurse, and this has been devastating financially. You all have brought us so much joy and comfort over the years. It would mean everything if you'd be willing to share. Much love, Dev. And Dev shares the GoFundMe link. And Dev sent 69 cents for all of those Venmos.
I feel weird fist bumping, but
fist bumping because that's a really fucking serious situation.
But I wish nothing but the best for your sister.
Did they catch the person?
Well, it's crazy that you're not getting they don't get compensated from some insurance.
Assaulting somebody? That's crazy.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we'll definitely share the link. I just opened the GoFundMe to start reading more about it and to see how we can help out. But yeah, Dev, thanks for writing in. We'll put the link in our show notes for anybody that's also willing to help. And we're really sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we got Tracy, who writes, Sean out here earning every cent for the belly laugh I got watching him trying to sip something through a straw while masked up as Dr. Szechuan. Thank you, my friend. Tracy sends $1.69.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Thank you. That straw really got away from me. That was thought it'd be a little bit easier.
The zoom in was the best part.
You zoomed in on it.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
know you did that.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
absolutely.
maybe Tracy just I saw it in the
You
corner.
do anything ridiculous, I'm zooming in on that shit.
Really?
Immediately.
You were,
Which is quite a bit all the time.
you're
to
putting
be
lip
honest.
chop on the last episode. I zoomed in on that one.
Zoomed in.
You know,
One of the last episodes.
while I was putting that on while recording, I did think, oh, I'm not right in front of my mic like usual, but it's been so long. Who cares? I'm sure it's
You weren't
fine.
even talking. I just cut to you and zoomed in.
Yep.
This is crazy that you do that. If anybody's out there willing to make an edit of all of Josh's zooms on my face, I would love to see what he's doing.
There's
today.
so many.
You are the
so
gift
many.
that
The fact
keeps
that there's
on
so many is
giving.
crazy.
I get
Nearly
bored
damn
while
once or
editing.
twice an episode.
Once or
son.
twice an episode.
Yep.
I mean, I don't do that many ridiculous things.
You
what are you
do
talking
a lot
about?
of ridiculous things.
Like, name one besides chapstick and the straw.
Just your
when you get
faces.
Yeah. When you
You're
get
doing it
angry.
right now.
You
bitch.
see people printing out cutouts of your face all the time.
I thought all of our faces were on the episode, so it just
No, it's definitely you the most.
this is so fucked.
If it makes you feel better, I do zoom in on John and I occasionally.
Okay.
Which barely.
Occasionally
barely.
it makes me a little bit upset that I hear it's quite
We're
a bit
not
for me.
a frequent. We're not frequently there, but you at least once an episode.
This is
man.
crazy.
I know
to
John will
hear.
watch it, so he'll tell me to stop if I do it too much. So.
No, I'm not gonna tell you to stop. I'm actually gonna tell you to do it more.
Of me or of you? Definitely
Of
of you.
you.
Either.
What the fuck
Oh.
is going on?
I don't want my face to be zoomed in like
How
that.
do you think I feel? Once every episode, what are we talking about?
That's gonna be zoomed in.
God damn it. Fucking rage baiters. All right, next up we got Kami, who writes, Happy Native American Heritage Month. I'm a proud Utah Navajo woman and a listener. Your podcast gives me hope that my son will find friends as kind, inclusive, and respectful of women's voices as you are.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for being a male podcast that isn't scary. Lol. Hashtag Native American Heritage Month.
Hell
Kami
yeah.
sends $5. Kami, thank you.
Let's
Thank
go.
you, Kami.
Thank you.
Utah, though.
Utah. When we talk about Utah, we're mostly talking about the whites.
They're a little shaky, you know.
We're going to get comments from people from Utah being like, we're not all crazy. Please stop.
I'm a Utah white and I'm normal. Please, we're not all the same.
Utah white is
I'm a Utah white. Yes, I drink soda, but we are fine.
my little soda pop.
It's a dirty
Next up, we
joke.
got Tamara, who writes, Really appreciate you guys every week for always helping me laugh. Lots going on right now, and your podcast is helping me get through it all. Mar sends $10.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Next up, we got Margarita, who writes, Sean, John, and Josh, all spelled correctly.
Whoa.
Your podcast is star emoji, everything star emoji. As a masked lesbian, rainbow flag, the three of you are prime examples of positive masculinity and true LGBTQ plus allies. As a Latina co, I'm not sure what co is. As a Latina co, your unwavering support is a light amongst so much darkness. Thank you. Margarita sends $15.
Thank you,
Thank
Margaret.
you, Margarita.
You.
I will say
Appreciate
it was funny because Michael, who ran Glad Day, like he runs the Glad Day lit bookshop, he came up to us after. He's like, "It's great. Like I didn't expect so much overlap from like the people we usually have here and your audience." And the underlying tone was three straight white men or three straight
Yeah,
men,
three straight men
one
with a
white.
podcast.
It's like it's crazy we have so much overlap.
And I was like, yeah, I get it, Michael. That is probably pretty shocking.
There.
I mean, our own listeners are shocked.
Yeah, they're like, I would never have guessed.
Yeah.
We don't have a good rep. So I don't blame people.
No.
for
Men with
doubting
podcasts.
us.
Yeah, bad reputation.
Oh yeah.
Every time somebody's like, you have a podcast? And I was like, yeah, but like not like one of those.
We have a little asterisk on ours. You
Yeah,
know?
we're normal guys, I think.
Who are the co-hosts? Two other guys.
Two other dudes.
Yes.
One's white.
He's Canadian though, so
That offsets everything.
Other guys from Texas, though.
two or three are from Texas. Apparently. All right, last up, we got Carrie, who writes, the FOMO on the live show is real. Here's here's $30 for an honorary ticket.
Oh, shit.
Hope it was a blast. When the orange loser president is out of office, Please bring Josh to the States. Gary sends $30.
Oh my
you so
God.
much, Gary.
Jesus Christ. Why? Why'd you send this?
We've talked about maybe doing a blue state,
Yeah.
like New York, potentially.
I don't know why I was
Potentially.
thinking Blue Mountain State there for a little bit. I was like, give me a hell.
Kind of what we did during the show.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, or LA or something like that. We're not sure yet, but
If we're going to go to LA, we got to go to San Diego. I got to see my hotel.
You want to read smut in front of all your friends, John?
They know me. I've
fine
done
with it.
worse.
they're like, yeah, this is
I've done worse.
This is
I'll make
tamer.
eye contact with them all the time. Like, come on, come on. You sit on my lap while I read the shit.
Sit on my lap is one. We got to move on.
so anyway, we're considering it. I just as a Canadian,
Has to
it's
be the
tough.
right
It's a tough
place.
spot.
Yeah,
Hard to give money to this country currently. I get it.
Don't
which
blame
sucks because most of our audience is American, and
Yeah.
I understand they want to see us. So it's a delicate balance. We'll talk about it and consider some stuff.
All right. Well, that's all the Venmos for this week. Before we end the episode, boys, anything you'd like to say?
Right on wikishop.com. We giving you an extra week to get the Everything All at Once merch, plus the new merch that's coming out. I am blanking on what it is because I'm so tired.
The Oops All Goats.
Oops All Goats
Yeah.
merch by LT Starbright. It's your last week to get all of that stuff, which should come before the holidays, I hope.
We're hoping.
If you order it now. So go check that out. And yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, for anyone who is like a $10+ Patreon subscribers, if any of you are requesting a cameo request from us, we are going to be we're going to be concluding our recording schedule for this month on the 8th of December. So if any request that is coming from there, or like if you guys can request up till the 8th, we'll honor the date that you guys want it there. But then afterwards, like, we're not going to take in any requests until we get back on our normal recording schedule in January. So I did send a message out on the Patreon, so just make sure you acknowledge that, please. Thank you.
Oh, and then our live show should be for sale now. It should be,
Yes.
at least a week now, probably. So go check that out at patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. You don't have to be a Patreon member to buy the live show video, but yeah, we would appreciate it.
That'd be nice.
That's it for this week, Wikimaniacs. We'll see you on Friday.
Bye.
Get therapy.